Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good today. So in today's video, I am actually going to do my ultimate, I would say, glowing makeup routine. So this makeup routine I have been following for quite few, weeks, and I absolutely love it. Also, not only that, I am actually going to do a full coverage, kind of like a full coverage, not exactly like a full on, like a cakey type of a makeup, but I'm going to use full coverage base makeup so that you guys can see that you can still look glowy and natural while having a full coverage base on. So without further ado, let's get started. Also, if you are someone who's new to my channel, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it. Here I mostly post about affordable makeup, skincare, fashion on this channel. So if that's a video you want to watch every single week, every single day actually, you can hit the subscribe button, along with that the notification bell as well. Now let's move on with the video. So for your base, it is very important that you use a very hydrating skincare product. So for today, I am actually going to use Eclat product, but this is just going to be a hydrating cream. So this is the cream that I am going to use. This is the Eclat Hydrate Sorbet cream, and then I'm going to use their sunscreen, which is my favorite. So yeah, I'm just going to use these two products for skincare, and then we'll move on to the makeup. So you guys know how much I love this brand, and I always am using their products continuously. So Eclat is actually a brand that is vegan, cruelty free, and it is also a clean brand. Eclat also has a patented unique waterlock technology for deep hydration, which is what makes their products so great. Also, Eclat has a commitment to provide access to clean drinking water to those in need with every purchase on their website. So I feel like it is such a great initiative taken by them. Anyway, let's first talk about this Hydrate and Sorbet cream. So let's first talk about the sorbet cream, which I am going to use to hydrate my skin. So it is mainly for dry skin, and you guys know I have extremely dry skin, so I have been using this every single morning. The texture of this cream is very different. It almost feels very airy, very light on your skin, but it just like dissolves into your skin so nicely. It absorbs into your skin so nicely while giving you the hydration as well. So I like to take a little bit of amount of this cream and apply it all over my face. That is something that I have been doing, and I really like to use this before my makeup, because I feel like after using this, my makeup just tends to sit so nicely on top, and yeah, it just gives you a overall hydration throughout the day. The sorbet cream, I am actually going to use the Eclat Hydrate Plus sunscreen. I have been loving this sunscreen for so long, and I just finished one bottle entirely, and this is my second purchase. I love the texture of this sunscreen. It is so good. It sits so nicely on my skin. Just make sure that after applying this sunscreen, don't go with makeup directly. Just let the sunscreen sit on your skin for about like 15 minutes or so, and then you can go move in with your makeup. I feel like this is one of the best hydrating sunscreen that I found recently, that doesn't leave you with a white cast, and also that gives you the hydration, yet it looks so glowing on the skin. So definitely something that I have been using every single day in my morning skincare routine. You can obviously see my past videos as well how much I love this sunscreen. So yeah, I really have been loving it a lot, and it is an amazing product for dry skin that is going to give you the hydration, going to give you the glow, and sits so nicely with makeup as well. So I will leave all the links to purchase both these products in the description box, and you guys can go ahead and use my code Arnakshi20 in order to get a 20% discount on these products. And yeah, I will move into my makeup now. First of all, I'm really sorry if you can hear a lot of background noise. That's because yeah, they are playing some kind of songs over there, my neighbors, so it's kind of like a little bit noisy, and I'm very sorry. So yeah, so after I have applied my sunscreen, I'm going to move in with my primer, which is a very important step. So make sure you use a really good primer, because that is going to determine how much glow you want with your makeup. So for me, I have been loving just to use the Renee. This is the Glass Glow Pre-Makeup Oil. So I know this is like an oil, but this is not like a facial oil heavy type of a situation. So it sits really nicely with your sunscreen as well. Obviously, make sure the sunscreen you're using is good. That's why I use the Eclat sunscreen, because when I go in with this makeup oil, it doesn't break the sunscreen or anything. It is supposed to be like a primer, so it's not a facial oil. So obviously, it is just going to give you that glow and everything, and you can go in with all your skincare, and after that use this primer oil. You have to just use 2 drops. I always say just use 2 to 3 drops and that's it. Please do not go overboard with this kind of primer because then you're left with this oily mess. So I just feel like 2 drops is good enough when you are going in with a primer like this. So this is how glowy my makeup looks after using this primer. It just transforms my base into this really amazing glowing skin, and that is why I love this primer. Now, first of all, I just want to say that if you have oily skin and you really don't want to use this primer, you can go ahead and use the Mars Hydra Glow Primer. Now, this is very different from the Renee Primer Oil because this is like an oil. This is not like your oil. This is more so like a serum type of primer that is going to give you the hydration. This doesn't give you the hydration, but it just gives you the super glowy skin, and I feel like a lot of dry skin people are just going to love it. Now, as someone who have dry skin, I love this hydration based primer as well, but I just think that if you don't want to use a oil primer because you have oily skin, you can go ahead and use the Mars Hydra Glow Primer, and you're still going to get a little bit of glow, a little bit of hydration. So yeah, I just feel like this is a really good choice for dry skin options and oily skin options as well. So the next product I'm going to use is this Insight HD foundation. Now I pulled you guys in a little bit more closer because so that you can see the texture of my skin, how this sits on my skin. And this is the Insight HD foundation. This is high coverage, dewy finish, and you guys know I have been loving this foundation. Now the best thing to go is with a makeup sponge. I have used the Mars makeup sponge with this foundation, and I just feel like this is a match made in heaven. The primer oil and this one is such a beautiful duo, and it is, even though it is high coverage, like it does have good coverage, it is just going to look like skin and sits so nicely on your skin. It has been my favorite foundation ever since I got it, and if I'm going out and about, if I know that I am going to take pictures and whatnot, I always use this foundation. It wears very beautifully also on my skin, so that is something that is important to note as well. So after going in with my foundation, this is how my skin looks like. I know it's looking a little bit more dewy, but after that I'm going to use this Insight HD concealer. Now this is again a very full coverage concealer, and as I told you guys, I'm showing you guys how full coverage can look on my skin if you use the correct base and how it can look natural. So yeah, I'm just going to use this, and I will leave all the shade names and everything down in the description because it is not written here. So I'm just taking a little bit because honestly I do not like to go a lot, I do not like to put a lot of heavy concealer when it is full coverage. So yeah, I'm just going in with a very tiny bit of this concealer. So right now this is how my base looks like. Now it can be a little bit too oily, I know that, but only after putting all the products on my skin I'm going to determine which parts I want to a little bit mattify, maybe just after putting all the base makeup products, because I feel like after a while the glow kind of sets down a little bit, tones down a little bit, I would say. So right after this is how my base makeup looks like, and after that I am going to use a bronzer. So for bronzer, I am actually going to use this pack. This is the Take Cover Concealer, and I'm using a darker shade. I love using this for the very natural aspect of this concealer. I feel like it looks so nice as a bronzer, as a contour. So I'm just going to use this, and as you can see, I'm doing the contour a little bit high up so that my face kind of looks lifted. I have been trying to do this, and honestly it is one of my favorite techniques to follow while doing my makeup routine. So yeah, I really feel like this works really nicely as a natural looking bronzer or a contour. So to set the contour or the bronzer, I'm going to go in with this Nykaa. This is the All Day Matte Compact Powder, and it is in the shade 08. This is the darkest shade. So I'm just going to use this as my natural bronzer. I love using this shade because I feel like this looks super natural on my skin tone. So I just like to use this as my natural bronzer. You guys have seen me use this like so many times. By the way, I'm just using the Nykaa, sorry, this is not the Nykaa one. This is the Mars brush, which I am in love with these brush set. This just blends the makeup like airbrushed on your skin. So yeah, loving the brush. So after that is done, you can totally see how naturally just my skin looks very dewy. This is what we want. We don't want to go in with tons and tons of highlighter and make it look like, you know, you have a lot of sparkle on. We want the glow to come from within. So after that is done, I am going to move in with my blush. Now I'm going to use two blushes, two liquid blushes of course, for today's look. So to go in with the blush, I'm going to use two blushes right here. This is the Flower Beauty blush and this is the Huxia Beauty blush. Now both of these are really good. The Flower Beauty has a little less pigmentation, so I mix in the Huxia Beauty, and this is very long lasting as well. So yeah, I'm just going to mix it. I always like to place my blush right here so that it looks again very lifted. And right here as well. See the glow? Can you see the glow? This is what I want. So this is how the makeup looks like right now. Now the base makeup is done. I am not going to use any highlighter today. As I told you guys, I don't like to use that much of highlighter. When the base is just naturally glowy from within, you do not need to use that much of a highlighter. And now I'm just going to move in with my eyes. For eyes, I'm using this e.l.f. Wow Brow. I have been using this and I really like it. So I'm just going to use this. So going in with the whole glowing theme, I am again going to use this eyeshadow from Mars. This is the Celestial Comet eyeshadow, and this is a beautiful liquid eyeshadow, and it's just going to give you that wet kind of eye look. Now I am going to use the Mars eyeshadow brushes that I recently just got with the whole Mars set, and I'm going to blend this eyeshadow. So this is how the eyeshadow looks like after just blending it out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a small tiny wing with this Essence liner in Berry. And I just have been loving this so much. So just a very small wing. Use this Essence mascara. So after everything is done, I'm going to take a lip oil, and this is from Ruby's Organic, and this is in the shade Toffee. So I'm just going to use this on my lips. So this is how my face looks like. Now, as I said, I can set a little bit of my makeup here and there, considering, you know, how much oily or glowy I look. So I feel like I just need to powder down this area a little bit. I don't want that much of shine there. So I'm just taking the ZM powder and I'm just patting it a little bit with the beauty blender. Not too much, because again, we want it to look a little bit natural. So just around this area. So after that, the final finishing touch is obviously to use a setting spray, and I'm going to use this Dewy Finish Setting Spray by Bae, and I'm just going to spray this. This is just going to add a little bit of that, you know, dew back in your skin. If you did powder a little bit more, you can always go in with your setting spray and fix things up. So this is how my skin looks like. I mean, this is how I want my skin to look like when I just want that glowiness, but I still don't want it to look like I am, you know, like makeup is sitting on top of my skin. So yeah, this is my whole final glowy makeup routine that I have been doing for the past few weeks. So that was it for today's video. I normally don't do tutorial style videos, so I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what else videos you want to watch on this channel. Obviously, with testing out new makeup, I am going to give you guys a little bit of you know, tutorial here and there. Not really that much in depth, but yeah, a little bit of something here and there. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys a lot, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.